I get, the more I realize it's not about the destination. It's about the people you're with and the memories you make along the way. A couple weeks ago, my friend Paul and I headed out to Brown's Camp for a day of trails, conversation, and a reminder that sometimes the best moments are the simplest ones. This is Wildtrak Diaries. We are hanging out with my buddy Paul. Should be pulling up any time in the 4Runner. Super excited to make it out there. We got the Bronco ready. What's up? Got the guy. Brown's Camp is only about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes away from Portland, but it seems like a completely different world. As we made our way out there, the rain kept coming down, and honestly, we weren't sure what to expect. Part of us was excited for the challenge, and part of us was wondering just how muddy the trails were going to be. But sometimes the uncertainty is what makes the adventure worth it. So with a little excitement, a little nervous energy, and a lot of optimism, Paul and I headed into the forest to see what the day had in store. Pretty steep hill, but nothing crazy. As we climbed higher into the mountains, the fog began to settle into the tree line. The clouds hung low over the forest, wrapping themselves around the hillsides and drifting between the evergreens. It was one of those views that makes you slow down for a moment and appreciate where you are. The Pacific Northwest has a way of making even a simple drive like something out of a movie. And that morning, Brown's Camp was putting on a show. Now I decided to go around this because I felt like it would unnecessarily get my Bronco dirty. My buddy Paul is gonna send it. Nothing crazy. Sounds kind of ridiculous that I came off-roading and I'm worried about getting the car dirty. If you're new to off-roading, you'll quickly learn there's a difference between being cautious and being dramatic. Looking back, I may have crossed that line here. I treated this puddle like it was a scene from an expedition documentary. Paul drove through it without a second thought, and unfortunately for me, the footage confirms that he was absolutely correct. One thing that's hard to capture on camera is just how tight some of these trails really are. The wide-angle lens makes everything look bigger and more open than it feels from behind the wheel. In reality, there were trees, ruts, and obstacles a lot closer than they appear on video. What looks like an easy drive on screen often requires a lot more attention and precision when actually navigating the trail. One thing that stood out all day was just how capable the Bronco was. There were sections of the trails that looked a lot more intimidating at first glance, but the Bronco handled them with ease. The suspension soaked up the rough stuff, the traction never seemed to be an issue, and it always felt like the vehicle was more capable than the driver. Honestly, the Bronco was making me look a lot better than I probably deserved. Not super sketchy, there's not a whole bunch of ledges, but these tree stumps certainly kind of stick out, and the trail's fairly narrow. Luckily there isn't a ton of trees here, which is very unique for the Pacific Northwest. Just concluded Powerline Happy Meal at Brown's Camp. It's an intermediate trail. It's pretty ruddy. It's you know, you need the approach and departure angle. It's narrow. Certainly built more for ATV and dirt bikes. Ton of fun though. Would definitely do it again. My buddy Paul brought his 4Runner on 35s. It did fantastic. Powerline Happy Meal, number 4B. Super fun trail, definitely recommend, would do again. Just finished up our trail ride here. We have the Bronco, we have the 4Runner. We were kind of worried that it was going to be raining. It certainly made it a lot more enjoyable. A little bit of mud on the paint. Maybe a little bit, you know, wheel slip, that type of thing, made it a little bit more fun. Certainly encourage you guys to bring a buddy out when you do it. Just gives you that additional sense of confidence, makes you both feel safe when you have someone else that's there. But here are the vehicles after it was all said and done. Bronco looks fairly clean, if I'm honest. The Runner is back, probably looks a little bit dirtier. My buddy just got those 35s on, like I said. Looks really, really, really sharp. Goodest boy right here. This is Kaizen. Kaizen joined us on the trails today. What'd you guys think?
It was a good time, dude.
It was a great time. Pauline, first time off-roading, what'd you think?
It's cold.
It is chilly. Yeah, it's significantly colder up here, yeah. Here's the trail map over here. Hey, what'd you think? You had fun?
Oh yeah, it's a blast. I don't know how to read this thing though.
I don't either. Every time I look at it, I'm like, who created this? I do understand this as a snowboarder.
And the hand signals.
You got the hand signals here. These are very important. It's really beautiful out at Tillamook Forest National Park, just about an hour away from Portland. It's amazing how a few hours in the mountains can reset your perspective. Good friends, fresh air, and a little adventure were exactly what we needed. Until next time, keep exploring beyond the pavement.